All right, let's get right into it. For the last couple of years, all the buzz has been about the AI we can see, right? The AI we can talk to, chatbots, image generators, the whole nine yards. But here's the thing. The biggest change, the real revolution, isn't happening on your screen. It's happening behind it, in the code that's quietly building a brand new, invisible, and autonomous workforce.
You see, while we've been asking AI to, write an email for us or make a funny picture of a cat, the technology itself has been taking a massive leap forward. We're shifting from an AI that just sits and waits for our commands to one that actually takes initiative. It's not just a tool anymore. It's becoming a collaborator that gets things done.
So what is this new kind of AI? Well, it has a name, agentic AI. And that's the big idea we're going to unpack today, because it's a total upgrade to how we should think about artificial intelligence. Okay, so this slide really breaks it down. The generative AI we know and love is fantastic for what we call single-turn interactions. You give it a prompt, it gives you back a piece of content. Boom, done. But agentic AI, that's a whole different ballgame. Its goal isn't just to create something, it's to achieve something. You give it a high-level goal, and it figures out all the little steps to get there, all by itself.
And at its heart, agentic AI is all about one word: autonomy. Think about it. You could tell it, hey, plan a 3-day trip to Chicago for me and keep it under $1,500. It then breaks that down into smaller goals, right? Find flights, book a hotel, check for events. Then it actually goes out and uses real-world tools, like booking websites, to take action, only looping you in for the final okay. It plans, it acts, and it checks its own work.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like something from a sci-fi movie. But it's not. This is happening right now. This isn't a future trend we're predicting. We are in the middle of a massive economic shift that is already well underway.
And the scale here is just mind-boggling. The market for these AI agents is projected to hit over $52 billion by 2030. So why the explosion? It's because the real game changer for businesses isn't just automating one tiny task. It's about automating an entire process. They don't just want an AI that can write a report. They want an AI that can gather the data, analyze it, create the report, and send it to the right people.
And you can already see this hitting the bottom line. I mean, look at a company like Broadcom, a massive 74% year-over-year jump in AI sales. You've got companies like Salesforce pulling in billions from AI-driven services. This isn't just hype. This is cold, hard cash generated by putting this autonomous tech to work in their core operations.
So we've seen the big numbers, but what does this invisible workforce actually do? Well, one of the biggest places it's having an impact is in a world we all deal with every single day: commerce and retail. In the retail world, these agents are already working behind the scenes. They're personalizing your shopping experience, they're managing incredibly complex inventory, and they're automating the beautiful, chaotic dance of global supply chains. They're basically the invisible shopkeepers and warehouse managers, making sure the stuff you want is on the shelf right when you go to look for it.
Here's a super simple but perfect example of what that looks like. An AI agent is constantly watching inventory levels. The second it sees that a popular item is running low, it doesn't just ping a human. No, it goes out, checks supplier databases for who has it and for the best price, puts in a new purchase order, and then, only then, flags it for a quick human thumbs up. It's a complex job, done in 4 steps, with basically zero human handhold.
And this isn't just a theory. This quote from the CTO of Easecater, a huge catering marketplace, shows you exactly how real businesses are using this. They're using AI agents to handle messy, real-world problems, like last-minute order changes or complicated dietary needs. Stuff that used to take a whole team of people is now being streamlined by these autonomous systems. Okay, but with all of this power, we have to talk about the other side of the coin. With great power comes great responsibility, right? As these agents get more and more woven into our world, we really have to think about the challenges and what the future of our partnership with this tech looks like.
And this really is the critical question. If you have an autonomous workforce making decisions and taking actions behind the scenes, how do you make sure it's reliable, that it's safe, that it's actually doing what you want it to do?
And there are some pretty big hurdles here. It's not just about reliability and safety. We're finding brand new technical problems we didn't even know existed. For example, researchers found something they call tool space interference. Okay, imagine this. You need to hammer a nail. But instead of a toolbox, I give you a giant warehouse with 10,000 different tools. Just finding the hammer becomes the hardest part of the job, right? It's the same for an AI. Giving it too many tools can actually confuse it and make it less effective.
Which brings us to a really important shift in strategy. The future here isn't just a race to build the biggest, baddest AI model on the planet. It's about being smart.
It's about right-sizing, picking the most efficient, most effective, and most secure agent for a specific job, instead of, using a sledgehammer to hang a picture frame.
So if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. AI is graduating. It's moving out of its role as just a creative assistant or a research buddy. It's stepping up to become an autonomous collaborator, one that can actually execute complex, multi-step tasks in the real world.
And that leaves us with one last, and I think really important question to chew on. As this invisible workforce gets smarter and more common, our biggest challenge is going to be about how we work with it. How do we build systems that truly empower us, that work for us and with us, and don't just end up working around us? That's the puzzle that's going to define our entire relationship with AI from here on out.